Bam. Record a start.
Yeah, we're recording. Yep.
And then
Good.
we're good. We can get started.
Yep.
And is anyone gonna do this intro for Randy? Oh God. We're not gonna do the Randy. Yeah, we're not gonna
Let's
do the
do it
Randy voice.
Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Randy, kick us off. Ah, fuck. He's not here.
Yeah,
He's busy getting lit up at fucking Met League practice right now.
So, what's up, guys? How you guys been?
All right, man. I've been all right.
Obviously, the main question that we've been getting is, and I've been getting a lot of texts. I missed the Fry Guys podcast, and I'm telling them like, yo, I'm fucking busy right now. Now they realize how good the Fry Guys podcast is, because when we leave, all of a sudden they're fucking begging us to start dropping episodes. So guess what? We're men of the people, and we're back. Thanks to, and I'll say this, I'll give Lou props. I don't give Lou a lot of props. I like to bust his chops about the Yankees a lot, but he's the reason I'm sitting here today. Because if it wasn't for him, I'd probably be sulking about the fact that my freshman baseball team lost today. So I'm glad to be back in the podcast game. Yeah, talking my shit, venting out, and taking my mind off freshman baseball for about 50 to.
Or you would be giving up what is it? Just okay home runs and MLB the Show.
That too. I haven't been playing as much as I used to either.
I know.
Hey, boys. Look, the word consistency is not in the word Fry Guys. Okay. Okay. we were off the air for 4 years. So for all the listeners, a couple of weeks is nothing.
Yo, Pat, good point. Really good point there.
But we got some new stuff coming in the future that I'm excited to let everyone know about. I wanted to kind of start the show off with a little question for the guys. Like I keep seeing everywhere I go. I'm walking down Hoboken, walking down my new town, Fort Lee. I keep seeing CROCS everywhere. What do you guys think about this new CROCS? They're flying off the shelves of essentially. Apparently, their sales is up about 60% compared to last year.
What's the reasoning though? Like today was the first day I heard about it. I had the news on it and they mentioned it quickly. And I was like, CROCS, like. So
I remember was
it because of Post Malone? He had like his own CROCS. Luke Combs. Like, what's up? Why?
64% boost in sales over the course of the first fiscal quarter. And
is it like GameStop?
What's up?
Is it like GameStop? Like the Reddit people are like, yo, today's the day we're getting CROCS.
GameStop literally didn't earn anything more than last year. They just literally went off craze, like off Wall Street bets just rose it up. So that's like the craziness about GameStop is that there was nothing fiscal to back up the rise in stock price. At least these guys are showing that motherfuckers is out here buying it left and right. And I don't know. Do you like CROCS? First of all, let's start there. Would you ever wear CROCS?
I've never owned a pair. I've also never worn a pair, so I can't really knock it. But like, I just don't see a situation where I would be in CROCS.
So
can't see any point in my life. Like,
when CROCS first dropped, right? That was a long time ago, obviously. But I viewed it as like shoes that you wear at like the pool, right? That like they can get wet and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like now it's almost like taking that it's almost came full circle to the point where it's like almost like people wear it for style now. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, I think you're right. There's a lot of like weird styles. I had someone message me today, like, and saying, Joe, you might even know better than me. Like the style now for like the kids in school is like oversized sweats and sweatshirts. Kind of bummy looking.
Like the emo kids.
Yeah.
Like they used to be.
Well, oversized shirts seem to be the new style. Listen,
I'm not wearing oversized shirts.
Well, for some reason, oversized, like, our boy Jake Paul wears oversized shirts all the time, Pat.
Yeah.
That's true. When I was a freshman in high school, I wore like triple XL t-shirts, but like it wasn't fucking cool. I just looked like
you're alone.
Hey, Pat,
I just look like a white boy that didn't know what the fuck he was doing with his life.
But Pat, we've been trendsetters for a long time now. So you're just way ahead of your time. But
I don't know about that one, Joe. I think you give yourself way too much credit.
But as far as Croc goes, so like Lewis brought it up to us because I didn't even really know it became like the new thing.
Yeah.
But when Lewis said it, like, yo, Crocs are like starting to gain some traction, I realized because obviously I coach freshman baseball.
Yeah, you
And
should
I
know these
realized
things. You should be like kind of ahead of the curve because
that's true. I just don't really pay attention. Like, yo,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
you know, but like I realized like a lot of kids on my team are showing up to games in Crocs. So like it's true. Like Crocs is like, I don't know like the age group that Crocs are like becoming popping, but like
I think it's like across the board. I honestly would. I like Crocs. I've always liked Crocs. I think the only reason why I've never owned a pair of Crocs is off pure laziness. And maybe like when I was younger and I probably didn't buy them because, I didn't want to be judged for wearing Crocs. And that's my fault. That's bad on me. But for some reason, I've always liked Crocs. So I'm going to make it my 2021 resolution. I'm going to buy some Crocs. But now, I'm a fake, I'm like, there's no backbone
hopping on it
behind
late.
that purchase,
Yeah.
I'm hopping on the wave. Like I've always liked Crocs.
but there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with hopping on the wave. Like, yo, bro, if it's what's in, then why not? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Why didn't I buy it 3 years ago when I liked Crocs?
Because it wasn't
true.
cool.
It just wasn't cool.
Or like,
you're not original, Lou.
That means I'm not cool.
You're not.
I'm not cool.
You're just hopping on the trends.
Dude, I needed validation before making the purchase. And does anything I buy, did I buy this shirt because I saw it on? I mean, no, but deep inside, maybe I did.
I mean, I give it a couple weeks and you're going to be doing the TikTok dances with Lil Huddy.
That's true too.
You're hopping on the trends.
Yeah, man. Holy smokes.
I'll say this too. I mean, yo, when I'm in the mood to like, because I'm like, I feel like as far as like, I'm not like someone that's out there trying to be like fashion, like fucking like trying to look fly and shit. But when I do, I'll just look around. Like I'll look around Instagram, see what like the cool people verified on Instagram are wearing, and I'll look at what they tag. Like for instance, Travis Kelce gets pretty fly. I'll look at the fucking brands he tags on Instagram, and I'll fucking go look at their website and see if they got anything that are a reasonable price. Now the issue becomes Travis Kelce's paying like $1,000 for. So,
I also think, Joe, you're like the type. You're just like, you don't have the time to really go hard at finding, nice fits. So like you just, all right, I need a fit to go out. I'm going to go check out,
like,
that's kind of like the lazy way to go about it.
Yeah. Like I'm the dude that I'll just throw on a jersey and go out.
Yeah.
Well, that's just me, man. But everybody has.
Joe, you're a lot of things. I wouldn't say you're the flyest guy I know.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the thing with Joe is I feel like he could pull off a lot of trends that a lot of other people can't. I
think Joe definitely is diverse. His style is like, I could see a lot of people wearing the stuff you wear.
You see, here's something I'll say about me.
White boy look or anything like that.
I'm very comfortable in my own skin. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll go out there and rock whatever the fuck I feel like it, and I'll feel good about it. I bought some Miami Cuban link chains the other day because I was bored. I saw Jake Paul rocking them, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna rock them too. So I got a couple pairs of Cuban link chains, and I'm gonna fucking this summer 2021, like Pat says, it's gonna be the summer of our lives. I'm gonna have on multiple, I'm not talking one, I'm gonna have on multiple Cuban link chains all summer long with my A's hat and my shades, probably even a hood like this.
I'm gonna ask Randy to bring one of those guns that legit checks those chains.
Well, I'll say this: they aren't fucking 25 cents from the bicycle racks.
All right,
they aren't that, but they aren't a grand each either.
Yeah, boys. Summer of our lives, Joe. You just mentioned it. I'm a little worried, boys. I had a tough day. I spent a lot of money today when I probably shouldn't have.
On what, bud?
A lot of surfing shit. Lot of surfing shit. Surfing. I had a wetsuit delivered today, and I put it on, and I've never felt more at home in my life. I felt like this is what I was put on this earth to do. I feel like I'm a surfer. I feel like that's the guy I gotta be in life. So what did I do? I go on some surfing websites, and I just bought a shitload of things. More wetsuits, boots, hoods, clothes.
I heard good things about wetsuits. It even helps. the cold, 100%. Like you could even winterize. Like there's actually like these winterized wetsuits, and I had my boy from work says he surfs during the cold months, and it's like
Yeah, it's interesting you
almost
say that,
30
Lou.
degrees as well.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Lou, because like that's actually the sole purpose of wetsuits, to keep you warm. So
Is
I'm
it?
glad you brought it up. Yeah, it's essentially
All right,
to,
yeah, please let people know, because I'm sure most people don't know this. Because
well,
just
being that,
listening to the word wetsuit, I think it's just to keep you dry, but it's not to keep you dry.
I mean, you're in the ocean, it's not gonna keep you dry. Like you're gonna get wet. Like it goes under your sleeves. Like, but yeah, I mean, in the winter here in New Jersey is the best time to surf, but like it's also 30 degrees in the water, so you gotta,
Yeah.
if you want hyperthermia, yeah, I guess you can just go in there,
That makes sense.
but
You see,
need some wetsuits.
that makes sense because so for instance, my one sister went to Monmouth University, and that's obviously on the beach and all that shit. And I remember going down there in like I think it was like March or so around, so it's still cold out. And I saw people surfing in the water on the beach, and I remember thinking like those dudes are definitely cold as fuck. But now it makes sense. They were definitely wearing those fire wetsuits that keep you warm.
Yep.
So they're good. They're chilling.
Yeah, boys. I think
So,
the last time we did a pod, I had my first surfing session the following day or something like that.
mhm.
Following week.
The last one
Um,
we did was what? The fucking MLB preseason show?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been like a little more than about a month. So it hasn't been
nah, it's been
it
3
hasn't been
weeks.
4 years. It hasn't been
No, no,
four
no.
years.
Early April we did it.
It definitely hasn't been 4 years, but it's
That's
been some time,
Yeah, I had my first surfing
But it's
session. Wild.
it's good too though, because I think we need a break. Because if you think about it too, and I'm talking off the top of my head right now,
Mhm.
yo, the first 2 months, we were really grinding. We were going 2 episodes a week. We were
Well,
going one episode and then Picks Pod every week, and we were grinding hard.
yeah.
And then we built up to the fight, to the PlayStation fight. And then after that, I mean, we've definitely taken a bit of a relaxation. Um, but I mean, listen, I mean,
Hey, but
we
we
also
just used
have
the Aaron Judge excuse. Too much travel.
exactly. We needed load management,
Judge.
bro. LeBron James, we needed some load management.
Dude,
Fucking.
The NBA's fucked. Oh
Well,
man,
hold on.
shit.
As Knicks fans,
Oh
Beautiful
yeah.
advantage.
it's pretty good to watch the Knicks right now. I love the way and yo, bro, they play like a New York team. Like they don't take days off. They play hard every night. They play 48 minutes, like they're not, and their coach is a fucking maniac. Like,
Yep.
yo, it's New York basketball on top of that.
That's one of my favorite Joe Judge quotes when he first got hired. He was like, "We're gonna play like our city. We're gonna play
Yeah.
like New York." And that shit. Really being from Jersey slash 5 miles away from New York. That shit resonates, man. That shit, and quickly we're doing it the right way.
Love
Finally,
that guy.
like the Knicks are doing it the right way.
It
And
took them long enough, like it really did. It took them a minute,
yeah,
but finally they're doing it the right way. And they got a coach that like legitimately knows basketball. Like, and I hate to talk shit about coaches that aren't with us no more, but that guy before us that wore the glasses and tried to look fly on the sidelines every
got under
game,
your skin.
dude, he was ass. Like
He
right
was.
away, I didn't like him.
He was.
He
But
was brought on to try to fucking take the shortcuts and sign LeBron James. You don't fucking
yeah,
do it that way.
no, not at all. And but think about this: Tibbs got fired from not only the Chicago Bulls, but from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So
What?
like,
Mm-hmm.
this is so.
But
Just because he's fired somewhere else doesn't mean that
yeah.
those organizations made a good move.
And here's my thing about Tibbs, though. For one, the Bulls, he got fired from the Bulls. I don't even know if he got fired, but I'm guessing he did. The Bulls' run ended because it's almost like Girardi leaving the Yankees. Like his time just ran out. You know what I mean? Like he had his time frame to win a championship. He didn't. Rose obviously is not the same player that he used to be. Whatever. They cleared,
Though.
they cleared bait. Yeah, he was a stud. He was
Still
a stud,
is kind
obviously.
of low key.
Then, yeah, he's still good. He's still good. Then the T-Wolves come around, right? And that organization just sucks.
Yeah.
And like that organization just absolutely sucks.
You
So
know,
they let him go. And then, the Knicks lucked out. I mean, holy shit.
everyone, every organization, every team, every fan always thinks when this coach is out and we get a new coach, we're gonna be this much better. But no
100%.
one ever thinks when we get this new coach, we're gonna be worse than where we are today.
100%.
And that's probably what happened with the Bulls. The Bulls haven't been good since, and that's what's happened with the Timberwolves. They haven't been good since. They went backwards as soon as Tibbs left. And I'm glad the Knicks had the balls to make the move and give them another shot and not listen to two organizations who made mistakes.
Well, here's the other thing too. Like, I'm obviously a Jets fan, and like, I guess we can start to transition into the draft. But like, I'm a Jets fan, and like, I always see on Twitter, like, Jet fans always hyping up the next transition. And like, it's like a cycle. Like every 3 years, the new transition starts. And then I see on Twitter them hyping up every reason why the next transition is going to work. And like, it never fucking works. Like, I don't get my hopes up anymore.
Why things this might not work, instead of why it's gonna work.
You got these guys who become spokespersons for the team on Twitter, start telling you why it's gonna work, and then 2 years later, they're telling you why the next thing's gonna work.
Yeah, it almost feels like like a toxic relationship, right?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, listen, I don't get my hopes up anymore. Listen, I'm excited that the Jets, I feel like, they have an opportunity to be good with the amount of draft picks they have.
Yeah.
But I never got my hopes up because I know that, history says we're not going to be good.
Yeah. Well, let's focus on our first round picks. You'd be first, but yours is kind of on the boring end because we already know who you got. But are you excited for him, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, before Zach Wilson was the lock to be the pick, I was on board with him. Remember, we talked about it on an episode once. I was on board with Zach Wilson before he was like the sure thing. I just think his ceiling is very high. Obviously, it's a little risky because he's like a freelance type of player, but that's the guy I want. We'll see what happens. I think at the end of the day, like you see with Josh Allen, like if you have the right coaching, you'll be good. But that's still, if Adam Gase was Josh Allen's coach, he'd be out of the league right now. So
let's hope that New York is kind to this man.
The kid's got swag though. You can't teach that. He kind of has that like, man, I'm blanking on the word, like a charisma.
Flair.
He kind of has like a
Flair
charisma
too,
and flair, like
Clint Frazier.
that. Like Sam Darnold never had that. Like he was just kind of boring.
Exactly. Yeah. That I think that hurt Darnold too because he didn't have that swag to him.
Yeah.
And like kind of had like that like too conservative, like too much of like a good boy, and like once he said he was seeing ghosts and it was mic'd up on ESPN, like that was it for him. He was
but let's be honest. Any look at Eli. He did it in New York, and he's the biggest dork you've ever met in your life.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's all about how well you play on the field, and he just didn't do it. And we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of happy that the Jets walked away from that situation and they're giving this guy, the reins.
They had to start fresh. Darnold his contract is running up. It's almost time to either extend him or move on. Yeah. They had no choice. Listen, he may go to the Panthers and be a stud. It still doesn't mean he was. It
wouldn't have worked in New York, right?
Yeah, it still doesn't mean they should have kept him.
Yeah.
It was time to move on and start fresh. And now it's their job to make sure that Zach Wilson plays well. So we'll see.
Just tell Zach Wilson not to eat any hot dogs on the sidelines. You don't want to end up like Mark Sanchez.
Yo, honestly, though, I don't mind that because that Jets team had a swagger to them. Like Rex Ryan brought like a swagger.
Why did Jets rip Mark Sanchez?
Because here's what happened with the Jets. They made it to back-to-back AFC championships. And Rex Ryan was obviously capable of winning.
Yeah.
They got out of hand. They started making moves that weren't necessary. They signed guys like Tim Tebow and shit.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't necessary. And then things started to pile on. The owner got impatient. He brought in a GM that didn't know what he was doing. And then everything just fell out of fucking, whatever. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Everything just fell out of place. And, the Jets, had no choice but to fire Rex Ryan, and since then we've been ass.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the Falcons. What do you got for us, Pat?
Man, the draft's a weird time, man. The draft's a weird time.
I mean, if we're looking at Mel Kiper and Todd McShay, two top dogs, they got you guys taking a tight end, both of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of the safe pick. I don't know. I try not to pay attention to these mock drafts or anything. Yeah. I feel like everybody thinks they're an expert in.
Well, those two guys been doing it for years. We can trust.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like on draft day things always change.
Kyle Pitts, Florida.
I mean, he's that kid. I've never seen him play. He seems like a stud. Everybody wants him.
Yeah.
So Pat,
I mean, it'd be cool to get him, but
I have two questions for you. Fire
away.
Number one, do you think they trade out of the pick? And number two, if they don't trade out of the pick, are they definitely, no questions asked, taking Pitts?
All right. So do they trade away? Honestly, I would put it, if I had to guess, like 50-50 right now. If somebody comes to them with a big offer, they are listening to offers. But I heard the asking price is a lot. I think the Lions may have tried to trade up, and they weren't having it. So maybe if we got like an extra first round pick next year, but I don't know. I think it's the asking price.
Matt Ryan is the guy moving forward.
Well, we just restructured his contract, so he's now being paid more over his next 3 years that he would be like this specific season. So we're pretty much stuck with him for 3 years, and I'm not necessarily mad at that. I think Matt Ryan can still ball.
Yeah, you don't think he's the problem?
No, I think Matt Ryan's solid. I mean, the guys played with a half decent defense once in his career, and he went to the Super Bowl that year. So,
yeah,
I mean, the defense has always been the problem with the Falcons. So
I
don't know. We'll see.
So real quick, it's Trevor Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, Justin Fields 3.
I don't think
Fields is 3?
I don't think Fields is 3. I think Trey Lance is.
No, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. I'm going Trey Lance.
I'm saying Mac Jones goes number 3. I'm almost positive he's going 3.
I like Fields. Fields.
Wow.
Fields doesn't feel like Haskins at all. He did it in the big games. I'm a big believer of when the guys who do it in the big games, they're going to show up. Guys didn't believe in Deshaun Watson when he was killing it in Clemson. And I kind of feel that same little, like, this guy did it in the big games. So I'll get to my Giants in a second. So 5.
Hold on before you go there, Lou. I gotta break it. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
All right. So 5. Since he's taking an offensive tackle, I guess the best guy, Penei Sewell.
Who do you have taking the offensive tackle?
Cincy to protect Burrow.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins 6. McShay says Jamar Chase, who I agree is the best wide receiver.
He's a stud
in this draft class and should be the first one off the board. I wish the Giants had that luxury, but it's going to be Miami, who most likely, and that's via the Eagles. This article, Kiper decides to pick the Patriots to trade up and take Detroit's pick and take Mac Jones. So that's what Kiper believes will happen. 8, another offensive tackle to the Panthers. 9, Trey Lance to the Broncos. That's fun. And then 10, Patrick.
Broncos draft like a quarterback every year. It's like, new guy. Let's try a new one. Let's try someone else.
They got the longtime defensive player over there, and they have Elway, right?
And
Elway. Did they draft Paxton Lynch? That was them, right?
Yeah. He was terrible. And they just traded for Teddy Bridgewater today.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're just trying it all, man.
Yeah,
I don't
bring
know.
them all in.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's such a good football town too, man. Mile High.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so. Personally, I believe Mac Jones is going 3. He's the odds-on favorite. He's a pretty heavy favorite to go 3 from Vegas right now.
Stud wide receivers. So how much was it, Mac Jones?
I don't know.
I gotta agree with you, Lou. I mean, Alabama's the best football program on the planet. Like, you got the stud defense. You have the best player in the nation at every position.
Yeah, I'm scared of Alabama quarterbacks. Tua hasn't really proven it, and he didn't have 2 stud wide receivers like this.
Yeah, when was the last NFL Alabama quarterback?
Yeah.
To be good, Joe Namath.
Damn, that's a long
I
time.
really don't know who was
That's a
before
long
that.
time. I can't think of any.
So
I know Joe Namath played at Alabama.
this draft is going to be fun because Dallas picks right before the Giants.
So here's something I want to say. Two things now. Now that you bring up Dallas, there's been a lot of rumors that Jerry Jones is in love with Kyle Pitts and he wants to trade up to get him. I don't think it's going to happen because it'll just cost way too much, obviously. But I had a Giants fan text me today. All right. A guy that I went to college with, and obviously, he's a big sports fan and whatnot. So he texted me and he said, he was asking me questions about like gambling perspectives because he's not a gambling guy or whatever, and he knows that I am and shit. So whatever. Not to toot my own horn too much, but he was like, "Listen, what's the word on?" I think he's talking Jalen Waddle. Let me go back to these texts right now. Actually, it was 11.5 for Devontae Smith. That's the Alabama wide receiver, correct?
It's the Heisman.
That's the Heisman winner. He goes, Devontae Smith's number is 11.5. He was like, he just wanted to make sure what the over and under meant. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, so what's your pick? He goes under. And he was like, yo, if Gettleman doesn't take that kid, Giants have 11. He said to me, if Gettleman doesn't take that kid at 11, I'm going to be mad or some shit.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I'm like, you sure they're not going to go O-line? Because I've been hearing rumblings of Gettleman going O-line.
Yeah. It's a crapshoot. No one knows for sure. Because a lot of things change, man. You never know. Devontae Smith might not be there. But there are a lot of Devontae. First of all, McShay has Dallas taking Patrick Surtain the second from Alabama.
That's what I want the Falcons to take.
Dude,
who's that?
Do you remember?
He's the corner from Alabama.
Yeah, he's all
He's a stud.
Top.
Okay.
As a player.
He's one of those players that like was so good that he has no highlights because no one threw at him.
No, wait.
The next D Milner.
But wait, if you look up Surtain, how do you? I don't even know how to say his name. Surtain. He got smashed. I mean, he got pretty burnt by Jamar Chase in a big game in an SEC.
What was that? 2 years ago?
Was it 2 years ago?
Jamar Chase didn't play this past year.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. So he did have a year to get better, I guess. I don't know. I'm hoping Dallas makes that pick. So I really want the Giants to go wide receiver. So I guess I'll talk about they got the Giants taking Devontae Smith and then Philly ending up with Jalen Waddle right after. And those two Alabama guys back to back. That's probably history right there. Alabama wide receivers back to back that early. But yeah, if I had to choose between the two, freaking tough question. But I would probably do Devontae Smith only because the route running, those are stuff that, guys just have it or they don't. He is small, but everyone can hit weights. I like what he's saying too. I like, he's like, I don't know how small I am. Yeah, Smith. The guy won the Heisman and still has to defend himself because he's about 100. He's like a $170.
So, and also on top of that, signing Galladay is a big move because he's your number one. So if you were to sign Smith, he's your number two. And the fact that he's small, if you truly wanted to, you could put him in the slot.
Yeah.
So the Giants already have good wide receivers. So it's just adding. And now's the time where you figure out is Daniel Jones the quarterback or not. So you got to put some talent around him. Saquon's coming back.
Yep.
I think it makes sense to take him. Now, if Gettleman went online, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I do believe it's time to take a shot with a guy like Devontae Smith. So
yeah, I don't think O-line was our issue last year. I'm gonna be honest. We always the Giants especially always tend to blame the line. And it's been bad in the late Eli. Definitely.
You know why though? The Giants' Super Bowl runs have always been structured around good defense, good offensive line.
Yeah.
And then obviously Eli, who showed up when it was time to show up. So that's just like the Giant way. Like you talk old school Giant football, you're talking good defense,
Mhm.
and you're talking good offensive line play and a quarterback that does what he needs to do. So
Yeah.
that's why like the Giant fan wants them to build it that way again. And I think Gettleman, he gets a lot of slack, but he's kind of restructured the team to the point where they're in position now
Yeah.
to, they have a decent foundation.
Yeah.
I
We
just
also did already sign a cornerback, a really good one from Detroit, was it? To add to Bradbury, who had a great year last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Bradbury's good.
and
I think the Giants are a solid team. I mean, if you get Saquon back and he performs like Saquon should play,
Dory
I mean,
Jackson, by the way.
that's a
who it
that's a
was,
good team, man. Like
Yeah.
when you lose him to injury and your best receiver is Golden Tate, like it's tough
Yeah.
to it's tough to do things
The
on
wide
offense.
receivers were getting no separation. It was a bunch of throws, like timing throws that you hope are getting to tight windows. It was not good. And honestly, a big letdown was our wide receiver that I named my fantasy team.
Shepard?
No. Shepard.
Oh, Slater?
Slayton.
Yeah.
He should have. I feel like he had an opportunity after his rookie year to really continue his momentum and become a good at least a number 2, and he just wasn't. He's not that. That's not who he is. He's a deep threat that he'll have some nice catches, but he's not someone you can rely on week in, week out. So let's hope for the best. It's a fun fucking day. I can't wait for tomorrow night. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Praise and then it's always feel good. You get all these people are getting their dreams come true.
Exactly. And let's not forget that my Jets have 2 picks either.
Yeah.
I just don't know who we're taking with that second pick because it's like in the 20s. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's revert to some baseball talk. Right now,
boys, I'm gonna be back in 1 second.
Yeah, that's fine. So the Yankees are up 7-0. So things are looking bright, right, Pat? On the brighter side compared to where we were, definitely. It looks like I was about to say Joe Girardi. Oh my God. Aaron Boone is finally managing. He's switching up the lineup. He's not going with Aaron Hicks in the 3-hole. That's a freak loss. He's moved Giancarlo to the 2-hole, which I am like, wow, what a great move. You're going to give him some protection. They're not going to be throwing a bunch of sliders and with no one behind them. Everyone still fears Judge. He still has respect. So what do you think about the Yankees recently?
I mean, yeah, I guess they're playing a little bit better. I mean, look, they're playing the Orioles right now, but
yeah,
when I watch them, I don't see a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
They just, to me, they have no energy. They got nothing that really like separates them from the pack.
Yeah.
They look like, I'm sure they'll be a good team by the end of the year. But they don't look like a team to win it all by any means. They don't have the pitching for it, first of all. That rotation, there's just nothing there. Besides Cole, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. The bullpen's shaky. They got like a couple of good arms, but they got a couple guys that I don't know. Probably shouldn't be on the team, but
Nelson.
Who am I? Oh yeah, that guy stinks. But who am I to judge? Have you ever seen a Daredevil on Netflix?
No, I have not.
Fuck, there was another joke I can't tell. If any listeners watch, he looks like the lawyer from Daredevil with his blonde hair, but.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I think the team's gonna have to make a lot of moves to get into a position to be a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll do that. It doesn't seem like that's the MO for this kind of with these Yankees these days. So
all right. So this is definitely not a likable Yankee team. I think
they're boring. They're just boring.
Feel that way. Yeah, and there's just a lot of guys who are underachieving that you remember those feelings that you had about Glaber, though you remember those feelings you had about Gary, and they're not coming to fruition. So you're kind of finally accepting the truth. You're done denying what's right in front of you, and that's happening in 2021. Higashioka is my new favorite
love him.
catcher.
Love that guy. That guy, that is a lunch pail guy. That guy shows up first, he leaves last, and it's paying off for him.
Guy you
love that guy.
Street, you tell him, dude, what's up? Are you thirsty? You need some water? I got you, because you're a good fucking guy.
You know what he's gonna say there? He's like, nah, I'm gonna use the public water fountain. So I roll.
So
he's gonna say, you got a hose? Give me a hose.
Yeah. Third, Gio's still the man. Gio's still doing his thing.
He's surprising me.
Good looking cat, Colombian. Like every day I just like, what the fuck? This guy's from Colombia and he's playing baseball for the Yankees. That's awesome. Glaber, he's in the wrong position. And this is the end of April, so we can start making these calls. And I hope that it doesn't mess up his batting, but it's probably is the fact that he's in the wrong position.
Man,
that should
Clint Frazier. I mean, what's wrong with him?
What's wrong with Clint
Frazier?
Dude, I know he cried for years about this opportunity. He finally gets it and does nothing with it. Today he hit a home run on the play.
Finally.
Yes.
So listen, let's think of like the way our parents, our dads watch baseball, right? It's an old school mentality, right? It's very old school. At least I'm speaking from my dad.
Same.
And he hates Clint Frazier. Hates him. He's like, this guy's striking out. You see him in left field smiling and shit. He's like fucking pissed. And listen, nobody's more critical of the Yankees than me. And I know I get a lot of heat from the Yankee fans. Lou is one of them. He's their
critical and trolling is
he's their leader. But listen, this isn't your old school Yanks, man. It's just not, and I'm not happy with it, So that's why I've came out and criticized them plenty of times, and to the is it dismay, Pat? Am I using the right vocab? To the dismay of many Yankee fans.
To be honest, I don't think it is a dismay. I think a lot of Yankee fans agree with you.
I don't think you're alone on that ship. I think a lot of Yankee fans are this year their fanship is being tested.
I just think they get too many breaks. Too many times we hear like, the Yankees,
we've heard this a million times, Joe.
Which is
too many. They give him, Brian Cashman should be fired.
No. I'm not saying he should be fired. I'm saying he should be held accountable. Because not all of his moves are good, but that's just me.
I feel like a lot of the guys in the Yankees have a leash a little too long, and they don't.
You got Eric Boone as the manager who babies everyone. That's an issue. That's our issue. Buck Showalter should be our manager.
Yo, you took the words out of my mouth.
I would love that.
That is the fucking guy. I had a conversation with, I think it was Leary actually, but when we were going to the Rangers game last week. Yo, Buck Showalter is the guy. Yeah. He knows the fucking game. He'll manage the shit out of the team, and he'll hold fucking guys accountable. Which, listen, I think part of the reason Girardi was fired was because guys like Judge didn't like the fact that he held them accountable.
I don't know about if it was Judge.
Here's why, though. Here's why I say Judge.
I think they were defending Gary.
After the Indian series, when Girardi fucked up and didn't challenge that play, remember the what was it, like the foul home run in the playoffs against the Indians?
Okay.
Something happened and Girardi didn't challenge it, right? So then after the series and the Yankees came back and ultimately won the series, one of the reporters asked Judge, like, did it feel good to win this for Girardi? And like Judge didn't give him any props. And I was very surprised, because usually you would expect the player to say yo, we really wanted to win this for coach, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't say that. That's why I kind of single out Judge, because Girardi, I loved that guy. You ask anybody, I loved Girardi. I think he constantly overachieved. Yeah. And I think he got the raw end of the fucking.
I mean, in New York especially, you would think that before a manager is fired, the town wants him out. The town didn't want Girardi out.
Nobody wanted him out. And I think Boone has underachieved year to year.
Absolutely.
100%. The first few years was just the team that he was given, and then what has he done with it? Nothing.
And last thing,
let's not go into a whole We're not going to rip the Yankees for
One
20.
more thing, and this
First of
isn't
all,
really a Yankee bashing. It's just kind of being.
no, it's becoming the second you.
But
sat
here's
down.
my
But they
thing.
deserve it.
Here's
No.
the last thing I'm gonna say.
They stink.
The Yankees have taken a Dodgers approach, kind of in the fact where Dave Roberts just plays the numbers and he just puts guys in and out. But the reason why they can't take the Dodgers approach is because they're not spending the money the Dodgers are spending these days. I don't know why, but they decided not to.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are so deep that they can cruise through the regular season year after year. And the Yankees kind of can
The
too.
Dodgers can make those mistakes, but they have fucking their 24th and 25th pitcher is a fucking stud.
Yeah.
Lateral. So like they can make those
Yeah.
mistakes, and even though they're bad decisions, they don't lead to bad results because they have studs all.
Now, but here's the bottom line, though. I don't think anybody's worried that the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs, right? You got until like June before you start to worry, right?
They're gonna make
If they make they're probably going to make the playoffs, right? But the thing that will start to concern people is you got Garrett Cole, who's obviously a stud, but then after him, who can you rely on? And Kluber looked good yesterday, but you're just not sure if he's going to give you that week after week.
I think
Severino's coming back.
I think you guys are going. I think you guys have forgot who Domingo Germán is, and he pitched shutout 6-7 shutout innings today. He pitched great last time. I think Kluber can still do it. I think Tyone needs to get the fuck off the team. He is ass, and you gave him a shot.
What's Severino gonna give them when he comes back?
Severino's a wild card. I think he definitely
rely
has
on
the
him.
talent to do it. So, and Tommy John these days is sometimes a godsend. So
yeah, sometimes it treats you good, sometimes it doesn't treat you good.
He hasn't pitched in like 3 years though.
Wild card, I know, but it's okay.
I don't know.
When you come back from Tommy John, I mean, you just don't know, but it could be very.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I know a
point
pitcher,
is-
Mike Sanders. He never came back.
Mike Sanders. Now listen, too. I think the Mets have lucked out from the fact that their division is playing so badly. Like the division is playing very bad right now.
So, by the way, Degrom just pitched
And he lost.
1-0 loss.
I mean, dude,
Really?
you
Yeah.
can't make this shit up. It is bad.
Shutout.
It is really bad.
What do you guys think the reasoning is that they don't want to give him run support?
It's not that they don't want to. I think it's in
I
their
don't know. There might be
it's
a
became
reason.
mental. I think it's become mental. I
Yeah,
really
it's
do.
really
It
mental
is bad. It is bad. They do
It's
not.
like, all right,
score.
you know what the perfect example is? It's like when let's say you have we've all been there. This is definitely gonna go too far, but I've been in a situation where I can't go there, man.
It's too late. You gotta say it now.
I've been in a situation where, like, let's just say I fucked up.
Uh-huh.
First time, and I fucked up in bed, right? Dude, that shit's in your head the next few times.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it really what's the word? It really challenges whatever's going on. Are we gonna pull through? Especially when in your head, motherfucker, I'm good at this.
So here's a good example,
My track
right?
record, it has been solid for years, but something's up right here, and now it's gotten into my head, and now I have to like really overcome it. But the Mets haven't been able to do it for years.
So here's a good example, right? Obviously, like I've said a bunch of times this podcast, I coach, young kids that play baseball. I coach freshman baseball. And like obviously it's once a kid gets jammed up mentally, they're in trouble, right? And I could say that from a coaching perspective, I've witnessed it a bunch of times where I have a kid who in practice is clean, right? Makes the plays, makes the throws. Game time comes and he starts to really panic, right? And when you can't play baseball that way, anybody that's played baseball knows that you have to play baseball very smoothly, very nonchalant. Baseball is a game that requires just like technical skill and like just confidence. It's very mentally you can fuck yourself up. And like, I have a kid who messes with his own head too much and And when game time comes, he misses all the throws that he makes every day in practice. And possibly the Mets, whenever DeGrom is pitching, they apply extra pressure to themselves where they don't take good at bats anymore. It's actually insane to see how they fucking
it's such a game of millimeters, and that the second you're pressing even a little bit, it just throws you completely off.
You jam yourself up, man. And that's what the Mets do. It's actually pretty fucking sad.
But outside of that, I mean, so yes, everyone knows the Mets suck when it comes to DeGrom pitching, the lineup at least. Now, does what's the verdict on Lindor? 1 month in, the guy has not hit for shit.
Hey, I said it before the season started.
40. So go ahead. What did you say?
I called it before the season started. There was an episode, and I think the fourth co-host, guy named Randy, was going off. Oh, we signed Lindor. I was like, listen, the guy's not that good. He's just not. He's just not.
Yeah, his numbers have been going down.
If you think that guy is gonna take you over the top, pal, Randy, bud.
But Randy's known for just going off the rails with his thoughts, and especially when it comes to the Mets.
It's weird though with Lindor because I don't think he's been an all-star, but I don't know if he's ever been a superstar. You know, and only superstars get paid that type of money.
Yeah,
that's where it gets tricky. Like,
I think his personality got a lot of that money too, man. He's got the attributes of a star.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
on him, you know,
he's a fucking good ball player. But is he in that same tier as like a fucking? I don't even want to say Trout because that's obviously no, but like a Bryce Harper. Like, I think Harper is a much better player than he is. I think a Machado is a much better player than
I think that they're in the same. They're in similar tiers.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely he's in that tier. It's just
he's close.
He's in like Tyler Wade kind of tier.
New York has murdered careers. Jacoby Ellsbury was murdered by the New York Bright Lights.
Dude, we're talking about full pack stands. Like, he hasn't even gotten the half of it yet.
It's not even the fan. Oh yeah, I mean, he hasn't gotten the full thing, but it's the media. It's the pressure. It's the pressure that you walk in the stadium and you know that these games in New York matter more than whatever you were doing.
100%. It's the media capital of the world. Like, you're gonna be every move.
Just local. It was just little bubble. Every New York.
Yo, every move that you make is fucking viewed to the 10th degree. Yep. You know, he's out here talking to the media saying, hey, we're going to lose at least 50 games, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, in New York, that ain't good enough, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're expected to win every night you go on the field. If you get beat up one day, guess what? You're going to get fucking, you're going to get fucking crucified by the media for it.
Knicks win again.
That's just how it is.
Charlotte. So they continue.
But you got to give them time, too. I think you got to give them time.
Yeah. Let's go on a little rapid fire to get through these topics that we wanted to get through because we spent a lot of time. So first thing is, what do we got? Summer plans? Anyone have anything that they're looking forward to in the summer?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be pulling the trigger and head into this Logan Paul Mayweather fight in Miami.
Ooh. It's gonna be fun.
I think that's gonna be a good weekend to be there. Go to the fight. I think I can get tickets probably pretty cheap for that. I'm thinking Hard Rock Stadium is like huge. What was that, Lou?
Oh, just off like the amount of tickets that will be on sale and shit.
Yeah, I mean it's a football stadium. I think it's gonna be 100%. I think that's why they're doing it there.
Wow.
I think a lot of people are gonna be in Miami that weekend.
Oh yeah. I'd watch yourself.
So I might be there.
It's dangerous. Miami, crowded. I try to stay away from like Memorial Day weekends and shit like that in Miami. But
I'm gonna be with Big Mike. I'll be all right.
I don't know who Big Mike is, but I hope he's got guns or something like that. You know, like
he's a good guy.
All right. So anything, Joe, or you're just working on your
honestly, team? I'm just going with the flow, man. Whatever the boys are doing, I'm rolling with.
Well, hopefully this governor of ours opens up these bars soon, boys. And
Hopefully.
we can get
Yo,
after it,
all of
but I
us-
don't know.
Trying to ruin our
While
fucking.
we're here, all of us in this podcast are all fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
So we're ready to fucking go for the
No,
summer.
I'm 100% ready to go. I was talking to my coworkers and they were like, "Oh, I hope you're gonna be safe," because I'm going to Miami in like a few weeks. And I'm like, "Yo, motherfucker, I'm going crazy." I was 25 years old and I was stuck in my house for a whole year.
Yeah, man, I lost a year of our primes.
Dude, the prime of my life. The first time I have some money in my pockets. I got fucking stimulus for no reason.
Hey, but
I
it
got
was
Joe
a good
Biden
save
and
money.
Trump stimulus money, and I
That's a
didn't
good
know
one.
where to
That's a good
spend
one.
it.
That's
Yo,
funny.
that's what's weird. I got Biden's stimulus check, but I didn't get Trump's stimulus check. So I don't know what the fuck that was all
Gotta buy
about.
the vote.
Republicans don't fuck with you, kid.
Yo, I don't know what it was,
I
but
think Nancy
I got,
Pelosi has your stimulus check.
I got the latest one, so I'm happy about that. You know.
All
what I
right.
mean?
Anyone have Dogecoin?
Nah.
I got in at around 50 cents. I lost a
never heard of it?
lot of money.
Fuck.
Nah, I'm playing.
Oh, you got in at 50
No,
cents? I was
fuck
gonna say
no.
50 cents is
Fuck
bad.
no. I got in
I-
on beginning of Dodge Day. End of Dodge Day.
Oh man, it was bad. Yeah.
Dude, did you see it on 420? It just
Yeah.
plummeted.
So funny story. 419. I'm on PS chat, and someone's like, "Yeah, tomorrow's Dodge Day. You guys got to get in on this, man. It's gonna skyrocket. Throw 100 on it. Fucking shit plummeted.
That's what I'm saying. It went down.
Man,
So-
why did I listen to this bullshit?
So I got into the stock market around right when GME popped, right? And I thought I was gonna know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. So I took all my money out, thankfully, and fucking got out quick. I realized I didn't know what I was doing, and I got out.
Bet it on a
then-
fucking stupid bet and lost it all anyways. But go ahead.
Probably. But then I guess Robinhood gave me $5 free, and I just put it on Dogecoin.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't even looked. I'm just gonna let it fucking play
Yeah,
out.
let it
Maybe,
play.
maybe
It's in the
I'll-
toilet right now.
if it hits like a couple
actually
grand,
going back
then
up
I'll take
today.
it out.
It's going back up.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's at 3-1. It'll go back up, I think, but I don't know. I don't know if
Elon Musk is
fake though.
He's hosting SNL, and it's going to be completely about Dogecoin. So he's trying to boost it. And Mark Cuban said something else that he's joining SNL, or he's joining some other show, and he says, "What am I going to talk about? Dogecoin." So I mean,
But,
there's
like-
some hype. You never know.
It's just fake though. It's nothing.
It has no
Yeah,
utility.
like
a
what the
meme.
fuck? What the fuck is Dogecoin?
It's nothing. It's nothing. It has no value.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's literally
But
a
that's
joke.
what I don't get. Like,
Not
what
as-
is it?
It's
So
just
it's a cryptocurrency. It's still a currency, but the point of
can't use it.
it was created as a joke, as a meme on cryptocurrencies. So it's like it's literally just people getting in because they want to get in.
That is just so wild to me.
Yeah.
But
It's I mean, if I look at the market cap of Dogecoin right now, which I'll do real quick,
It's like 500 billion.
it's crazy amount of money that people have put in. It's at 14 billion.
Oh,
14
14.
billion.
I was way off.
$14 billion have been put into Dogecoin, which essentially has no purpose. But it's the life we live. Real quick, extra innings rule. A month in, are we down? Yes or no? Just quick.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I really don't care. So
You don't care?
whatever.
I like it. Did Baumgartner pitch a no-hitter? 7 innings.
Yes.
What about you, Pat? He pitched
What
a
do you mean?
no-hitter in
What happened?
in a double. So Baumgartner pitched the first game of a doubleheader, which is 7 innings,
Uh-huh.
allowed no hits. Would you quantify that as a no-hitter?
Yeah, I mean, if the game ended and he didn't get a hit, it's a no hitter,
Yeah.
right?
He says,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, how can it not be a no hitter? Did he give up a hit? No. So it's a
MLB's trying
no-hitter.
to say MLB's trying to say it's not, which is ridiculous.
Then what would it be?
It's just a great start, I guess. A nice fantasy day.
I mean, technically, it was a no hitter. He gave no hits.
I know. I don't know how else to put it, but they're against it. I mean, and what happens if you give up no hits? It's different than giving up no hits and then your game gets rained out, and then past the 6th inning. That's like all right, but you're supposed to pitch 3 more innings. But this one, he went into it knowing he was going to pitch 7 innings. I don't know, which meant the 6th and the 7th inning was probably. But I mean, if that's the case, then get rid of the fucking get rid of the 7 innings because guys can't even get into the record books.
Yo, bottom line, if a 7-inning game counts across your record, it should count for anything else that could possibly happen.
I didn't even know Bumgarner was still pitching.
Yeah,
that's news to me.
He's been a little better. But I mean, is a no-hitter against the Yankees more valuable than a no-hitter against the Royals? No offense, Pat.
A no-hitter's a no-hitter, man.
No-hitter's a no-hitter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, everyone's getting paid. Everyone's in the big leagues. So
yeah. So it's weird that the MLB chose to do that. I mean, and then you're kind of once again like diminishing a player and not showing. It's kind of taking spotlight away from you can't say he's a no-hitter. So it's weird. MLB is very weird. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end I really wanted to get the story out real quick. So a lot of Miami shit's been spoken. I was supposed to be in Miami a week or two ago, and 2-3 days we had the Airbnb booked. We had a boat scheduled. We had cabanas scheduled. We had obviously flights. So you have these days with COVID, you sometimes have to tell your employer you're going out of state. So a lot of shit has to go into going on vacation these days. And we had it all done. And it was 6 of us, 3 couples. 1 out of the 6 decides to contract the COVID infection. And it's kind of funny. This one of the 6 was like the conspiracy theorist, like, oh, I'm not taking the vaccine. He's the one who happened to get it, and so us as friends now we're thinking, damn, bro, like, do we go like the 4 and just leave the 2 back home and then they're out of all the money that they put in. They'll probably get flight credit back, but like anything else, they're screwed. I mean, it is what it is. So before I tell you what we decided, what would you guys? Let's say it's easy. You guys have your dates.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, and then it's me and Erica. We're going.
It starts with a question. Here's my question. Number 1. Let's say those 2 didn't go, but all of you guys. Actually, let's say this. Let's say everyone decided not to go. Do you guys get the money back? Does everybody get their money back?
When making the decision,
I'm just saying, like, let's say since that guy can't go, you guys all decide not to go. Does everyone get their money back from the Airbnb XYZ?
Eventually, so I'll finish the story then. We're like, it's the night before. He's literally taking a rapid test the night before the trip, hoping he tests negative, hoping it was a false positive. It came out positive again. So obviously he's definitely positive. Now what we did was the Airbnb might've been like $2,000. We were only gonna get like $700 back for the Airbnb. Oh. That's a hit. That's $1,300 that we're losing out.
Yeah.
If we were to cancel. So, and we're only getting $700 because we paid for insurance. If it wasn't for insurance, we'd be getting $0. So, what happened? We're talking back and forth with the Airbnb, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to switch the dates to a later date so we can still use the $2,000 that we've spent on the Airbnb, not lose out on that by just keeping the same Airbnb and switching it to another date in the same spot, same everything. We're having troubles. They want to charge us. They want to, charge us an extra. I think it was an extra $1,100. Whatever. It was bad. At the end of it, they decided to, all right, we understand. You can have a full refund. And then that made our decision a little easier. We ended up just, backing out and rescheduling something brand new.
Yeah. I think that's what it comes down to. If you're able to get money back, then yes, you reschedule because you don't want to leave the boy, your boy behind. Yeah. But if it was like they were giving you a hard time and said we're not going to give you the money back, then I think your boy has to understand that the show goes on.
what I noticed, what's very important is the way that person acts. If he was an asshole about it, like, nah, y'all can't go without me. Nah, then I want my money back. Motherfucker, I would have been spiteful. I would have been like, motherfucker, you staying home. You the one with the COVID. Like, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm out, and then you can come find me. But nah, he was like super like, yo, I understand. You guys should go have fun, like blah blah. So
I think
I was like, damn, man, like,
yeah. I would say like anything in life, you kind of want to meet in the middle.
yeah.
And if you're able to meet in the middle, then that's what you do. But if it doesn't work out so smoothly, then it kind of comes to, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I think our hands were tied when we weren't given the option to get a full refund, and we were going to be out $1,300. I mean, we're not in a position to be losing that kind of money. So I'm glad it worked out. I'll be there May 21st for like 4 days. It should be fun.
With the original crew.
What's up?
With everyone from the original crew.
That's that's another point. Like we made this trip with 6 of us, with the intentions of being there with all of us. So it didn't feel like all the way right to go just 4 of us when the intention was always to go us 6. The Mets will be at the Marlins that weekend, and we will be there. So that should be fun. So we'll wrap it up there. Whoa. Guys.
You forgot something?
I have some news.
What's up?
And this is going to be really good news. As of today, the Fried Guys now have a call-in number. This call-in number can be used to let your emotions go, let your opinions out, and you get a special spot in our show. So if I were you, I'd dial as soon as possible 201-497-0355. First of all, we have some questions. And our first question is, did we make the right decision? Should we have stayed? Or should we have gone to Miami? What would you have done? That's my first question. But our better question is going to be, what do you think about the Yankees? What do you think about Giancarlo? Call in. Tell us. The next time Aaron Boone sits on his ass and doesn't do a damn thing, I want you to call 201-497-0355 and let us know how you really feel. The next time you're going through something, your girl just broke up with you. Don't call her. Call us.
And you found out Bird and Sheen are in her DMs.
When you find Randy Perez, make sure you call
please call
0355. Save it in your contacts and just send us calls. Just, you're bored? Send us a call. Let us know what's going on out there. We need our foot soldiers and our beloved listeners to be part of the show. And this is the only way we thought we could do it. So I'm gonna ask. I hope we're gonna clip this, and we're gonna put it on an Instagram. And I'm gonna hope by next week we have some traction, because I love Joe, I love Pat, but I love the fans a little more, and I hope you guys are down. So anything, if you listen to this pod, anything you have an opinion on, anything you disagree with us, anything you want to give props to Pat, give props to Joe about something they say, give us a call. We'll take any call. If you have a question, if you have a remark, anything, just let your opinion out there. We're here to listen, and we'll hopefully we'll have something to respond to. So,
does the number accept picture messages?
It's not. It's a voicemail only. It's going to be audio. Yeah. So it's just a voicemail. It's a phone number that I set up that will take your voicemails, and just say your name and let us know what you got in your mind, and we'll definitely add you onto the show. Yeah. So thank you for listening, guys. Follow us. Thank you for continuing to follow us through our hiatus. And I hope you guys are glad we're back. So anything, Joe, before we go?
Yo, just keep rocking with us, all right? Even if, we've been slacking lately, but you know, we're gonna keep it coming. We're definitely gonna keep it coming.
Jets Nation,
Jets Nation, baby.
Mets
Zach
Nation?
Wilson.
Pinstripe Alley.
You know, Yanks Mafia hasn't been so nice to me lately. So
Let's go Royals.
Pat welcomed me to the Royals family. So I've been happy. We're in first place right now.
First place.
All right.